Hello, welcome back to In the Kitchen with the Dietitian. My name is Jane Story. Today I have chicken breasts and I have turkey breasts. We're going to talk about cooking these up and using them as our lunch meat. Lunch meat is an expensive product, number one. Number two, it is extremely high in sodium. It can have between 300 to 600 milligrams for a 2-ounce serving, and it has less protein than actually having a chicken breast or a turkey breast. The cost of this chicken breast was $2.67 a pound. Turkey breast is a little bit more expensive. It was at $5.99 a pound. However, again, we're getting a better quality product where there are no fillers in this. It is just chicken and it is just turkey. We need to read the food labels of our meat products. Each brand may have a different sodium content. The brand that I have here, I got at HEB. This is just a local farmer. This one has 105 milligrams of sodium per serving. This Honeysuckle White is a national brand, and it is 90 milligrams per serving of sodium. But the chicken can vary. Tyson is different than whatever the store brand might be, and versus even a local farmer having their product in the grocery store. So read the food labels. We're gonna get started. I have a pan already lined with foil. I think I'll have enough room to stick all of these on there. Usually I butterfly my turkey and my chicken, but I'm not gonna do it this time because I want to keep it thicker so I can slice it into thin slices. I have my oven heating up at about 375. I have 2 low salt seasonings and then 3 that don't have any salt in them. I will show you how I season them up, get them ready to cook, and then when we bring them out, I will show you how we slice them and how you can keep them in your refrigerator or your freezer for when you need to use them. So I have sprayed my pan down. I grabbed a pair of scissors. I usually trim the edges of these off. The turkey's fine, I don't need to trim it. But the chicken, I'm going to need to trim off the extra little stuff that's there. A couple things I want to mention is we need to make sure we're cooking this to 165 degrees. I have a thermometer. I will temp it throughout cooking. We don't want to overcook it though either. Just cooking it more to ensure that we are killing everything takes away from the flavor of it. So again, 165 degrees is plenty to kill the bacteria that needs to be killed. All right, so I went ahead and gave it a spray too. And so I'm gonna take a teaspoon of my seasonings here and I'm gonna put them in a bowl. So the one that I have that is has sodium in it, I'm only going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of it. But the rest of the stuff, I'm just going to use a teaspoon. And then I'll just kind of whisk it all together. And then I will just sprinkle it on. All right, then we're just gonna put it in the oven at 375 for, I don't know, about 25 minutes. I'll check back on it and see what temp we're at. The chicken came out of the oven. Not all of them got done at the same time. Like I said earlier, make sure that you check the temp on them as you're cooking to make sure that the smaller pieces don't get done faster than the bigger ones and then get overcooked. So I pulled some of them out as I was going along. I have my turkey. These are my 2 slices of turkey. And then I have my chicken breast here. You wouldn't have to use all of this for lunch meat if you didn't want to. Another thing that I always tell my patients about is just cooking things ahead of time. So like in some of my videos when I'm making my food and I pull something out of the freezer, like my chicken. My chicken's already ready. It's already portioned out in 3-ounce servings. I don't have to worry about cooking it. I cook it like once a month. I go and buy, 4 or 5 pounds of chicken, cook it up, break it up, stick it in the freezer, good to go. So you wouldn't have to make all of this into lunch meat if you didn't want to. But if you did, you could freeze this just the same. You could freeze it in 8-ounce packages if you wanted to break it up into 8 ounces or in 16-ounce packages. It's totally up to you. With leaner cuts of meat, you want to cut across the grain so that it's easier to chew. But I wanted to show you what I did here. This is with the grain. This was across the grain. So you can see how this is a little bit more flimsier and falling apart a little bit. So that makes it easier to chew. Whereas this one, I cut the other way for long pieces. I have it all cut up. I will show you, I have it on a plate. So the bigger pieces you could take and save for lunch meat. The smaller pieces you could save for a salad, or this could all go on a sandwich. But this is much cheaper than buying lunch meat, much healthier because it's way lower in sodium, does not have added phosphates or nitrates or nitrites or any of the other fillers and other things that they add to lunch meat. Join me next time for In the Kitchen with the Dietitian.